This is different. It's either another pike again or a much better walleye. Oh, this feels good. Oh goodness. I don't think this is a pike. It's a big walleye. See it?
Oh my gosh.
See it? Nope, not yet. Oh, there we go. That's a Devil's Lake walleye.
Could have swore I put my jig box in here, but
You forgot your jig box?
my little jig box, I don't have that. Thought I had all my tackle in here, but
Well, what's up, fisher people? Devil's Lake day 2. Earlier start than yesterday, but not super early. It's 11:13. Slow going to get some things done this morning, but we're in a slightly different location, scouting some different stuff. I'm still casting the plastic, but I also got a slip bobber and a leech out there. See what we get on that. Probably not marking as many fish as yesterday, but some fish in here. Same program. 6 to 8 feet of water and trying to find warmer water. We got 60 and a half here. I'd like to find 62 this morning if I can, but the water's not gonna be as warm as it was yesterday evening, obviously, so that's not a bad start. First fish right underneath the boat, right before I was getting ready to reel up.
I noticed that.
Just a little guy, but it's a start. Plastic's a little worse for wear. Fish in.
Are those the plastics that you got sent?
Yeah. The 712 Lure Company.
Yeah, it's a little bit better. Maybe not.
Now he's coming in easier.
Coming in fast now.
Has he surfaced yet? He's staying down, that's a good thing.
I don't think I'm gonna need a net in this.
We'll see.
It's just a tiny one.
Bigger than mine. Maybe. Maybe same. Getting bigger an inch at a time.
Number 2 today. Beautiful. I was gonna say Lake Sakakawea, but it is a Devil's Lake walleye. They're a little mushier around the midsection.
Randy's up 2-1 now. If there's a challenge. I gotta catch up.
Yeah.
I think we got a little bigger variety here. This might be more your 18 to 20 incher. Let's see. Just thumped it when that jig was hanging. Just like you'd draw it up. Yeah, nice fish. Real nice. See underneath?
I missed it.
Nope.
Missed it again, he's not ready.
There you go. You should be getting tired. There we go.
That's a good one.
That's the kind you want. Now that the water's warming up a little bit, that was a more aggressive bite. Thumped it while it was hanging there. They like them plastics out here this time of year. You good fish for averages, that's for sure. I think I can boat flip this one. If he gets off, it's okay. He's got it choked pretty good again. It's another nice eater.
It is
17.
a nice one.
But you're going back in the water now, so it's all better. Fish number 5. We got one limit in the boat.
Yep.
In 1 hour. An hour for a limit.
That's good.
Solid.
That's very good.
That fish was up shallower too. Yesterday, like 6 to 7 feet seemed to kind of be the deal. We've had the boat in 6 feet today, casting a little shallower with some. We caught some in 6. I think some are probably coming in 4 or 5, so maybe it's just the spot, maybe it's the day, but still overall pretty similar pattern, not much different.
That was the one you marked, graphed.
Yeah, I drove around that corner and thought I saw some bigger marks, and I wanted to stop for a second just to pitch at him. Third or fourth cast, that was a really good fish. And he shook it loose. Shoot! That was a different caliber. Crap. Keep fishing. Next cast, I had another good one pop it. I don't think he's as big as the last one, but it's still a quality fish here. 19 maybe.
That's good. It's a good one.
It's pretty hard to discern, but like the marks on the graph were just infinitesimally bigger than the quality of fish that we were in. Like marks on side imaging when you're cruising are pretty small to begin with, but these just look slightly girthier. So I wanted to stop and see. This is definitely a little better than what we were catching, and I think the one I lost was bigger than this, so hard to say now, but definitely thicker quality fish, a little stronger fish. I hit it 2 casts in a row. Let's see if we can get another one. I still think there's some over 20 stuff sitting there. That's my thought and hope. I know it probably seems a little odd to get excited about like an 18-incher, but there are a ton of 13, 14 inchers out on Devil's Lake, so
Yeah, these are good quality.
when you start getting 18s and 19s, you're in better fish.
Yeah.
And I definitely think that last one that I lost before that was significantly big. Ooh, did Randy get a bite?
Yeah, I did too.
Go. Was that almost looked like
3
a perch
times.
bite.
It was 3 times right there.
That was a weird looking bite. I don't know what that was. Maybe it was a walleye. That looked weird. But anyway, yeah. Let's see if we can get another big one out of here. Bigger. Something different than the 14-inch, 15-inch runs.
Little
That's
greenie.
not what I was after. That's still a fish?
Yeah.
Just a little guy.
Oh, I guess it's a little one. I guess I was pulling it fast enough to make it feel bigger.
That's not a bad fish, but still caught a fish on every spot so far. That's something. Switched spots from that first bay this morning and went to a different area of the lake and looking at some flooded trees. Randy missed one or lost one earlier that was hooked for a second or two, and then he got that one, so maybe we got some more in here.
Number 8.
Racking them.
I definitely am going to need the net on this one.
Good one. Acting good. Oh yeah, nice walleye.
There you go.
Well, that was a good call. About 3 seconds in the water.
So
It's a golden walleye.
Choked it.
Found another little shallow bay here. First cast.
That was fun.
I'll bet. We can catch 2 fish out of this bay. A little smaller, but not bad.
It's all right. It's a good eater too.
It is. Randy got his so quickly that I thought there certainly must be more fish in here, but probably took another 10 minutes before we got that guy. And I also, Randy's been kicking my butt lately, so I switched to a white and it worked.
It worked.
It worked.
Forgot to give us number 9,
Click it.
and I guess
And number 10.
this is no number 10.
We just got our limit. Oh, I cast over your slip bobber. I'm an idiot.
That's all right.
We did the slip bobbers back out.
I
just in case
wonder.
that becomes an afternoon thing, but
Yeah,
they haven't gotten bit yet either. Seems like the pattern is pretty obvious. 4 to 6, 7 feet of water in the back of a shallow bay with the wind blowing into it, casting plastics. That's just the ticket. That's the only way we've caught fish. The only spots, the only presentation. That's it. I don't know if there's a different bigger fish pattern yet, honestly, considering the biggest fish we've had is 19 and a half. Nothing over 20, but guiding wise, I think we got a plan. I'm still curious about what we got to do to get a bigger fish to bite. And maybe we'll figure that out today or tomorrow. There's finally a walleye. Where's my net? Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Got him. We did kind of skip a day in there. Well, we didn't skip a day. We're running 2 consecutive days together. Holy choker. This is day 3. We did some running around on the East Devil's Lake just out of curiosity, and it's too cold over there, didn't get any bites, so.
Little slimer.
Back more west and back on fish in a new bay that we yet haven't fished, and I'm gonna need to find. We did a lot of running and scouting yesterday on day 2 as well. That was rather unproductive, so didn't film as much as I might otherwise film, but now we're back on some fish. We're gonna see what we can put together and try to crush them a little bit.
Yeah.
So I switched over to a crankbait to see if I get bigger bites, and I got definitely a better quality of fish here, but it's a pike. You gotta be kidding me. He's just rolling in the water. That's unfortunate. Let me get him out.
Yeah.
We're gonna get this pike out. I watched this walleye hit it boat side. I was just getting to the boat and I saw the walleye follow it right up and smash that crank. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times in my life, if ever, I've been able to watch a walleye bite. That's nuts. I had to like wait. I was like so impatient. I wanted to set the hook, but I'm like, just let him grab it. That was rad. So we can get walleyes on crankbaits too. But it makes them a lot harder to get off the line. Back to back on the crankbait. So the crankbait bite's going too, huh? Another nice fish. Not a tank yet, but good stuff. So plastics, crankbaits, same spots, same pattern, just whole thing's working. I might go back to the plastic if I don't get bigger fish though, because I don't like taking all those treble hooks off. It's kind of a process. 3 casts in a row. Back to back to back on the cranks. I think the crankbait bite's kind of hot. They're not bigger fish though. Maybe we're just not on big fish in any of these spots. I don't know, but they're just destroying this bait though. That's crazy. So basically all I'm doing is just doing a nice slow roll retrieve, and every once in a while stopping the reel to pause it to let it hang there. Although they've been hitting it on the straight reel mostly. So we're in like 7 feet of water in a shallow, warm bay, pitching up on top of an underwater point basically, and the fish are kind of sitting in like 4 to 6 to 7 feet on the point. We're out set up right alongside the point, cruising until we mark fish, pitching back at them, spot locking. Pretty simple bite when they're hitting the crankbaits because there's not a lot you got to do. Once you figure out the speed they want to hit it at, you just cast and reel. Like, I don't know if I'd burn water with this right now. I'd prefer a nice slow roll. So I don't think they're gonna be super amped up in 62 degrees, but the pause every once in a while can definitely trigger a bite. So I've been doing that. Haven't needed to do it here yet, but something definitely worth doing. I should say too, I got a flicker shad on here. So flicker shads are designed to dive somewhere between like 6 and 9 feet, I think. So it's perfect for this spot that we're on. So I can cast up a little shallower, start reeling, and it just kind of follows the contour down and never really dives down to the max depth of where we are. So it's within like a foot or two of bottom the whole time, but never like bouncing the bottom and getting hung up in grass and weeds and that kind of stuff. So when you're pitching crankbaits, your lure selection in that sense is pretty important. Know how far it's diving and how far it should dive. And if you get a bite, you know it. There's not a lot to think about there. They just rip the pole out of your hand. You don't really need to set the hook too much. In fact, you could rip hooks by doing too big of a hook set with the crankbait, because they hit it so hard and you're already reeling it in. So I'd basically just kind of like an extended lean into the fish. That's about all it is, just to make sure they're buried. But you probably don't even have to do that, honestly. They pretty much do all the work themselves. This might be a little bigger walleye. I'm gonna try to flip him in. If he gets off, at least you saw him. It's probably a 19. Good stuff. Good stuff. Just a silver colored, minnow colored flicker shad. It's not a flicker minnow, it's a minnow colored flicker shad. It's definitely a shad style. The flicker minnow would dive a little too deep right here. We'd be dragging on the bottom the whole way. So flicker shad it is to this depth. Nice fish. You want one of these?
I guess I'll have to. If that's
It kind of seems to be the deal. I don't know.
That's the pattern. You have it tied straight to the line?
No, I got a snap spool.
Okay.
Either of these are pretty damn similar. The jointed might be even better. I don't know if there's a particular thing to the color. He was trying on a Northland rumble bug and it wasn't getting bit, so I don't know. Color, profile, diving depth, action. You tell me. I don't know.
We'll find out.
We will find out. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Jeez. I think it's a crankbait bite right now. I mean, the first fish we caught was on a plastic, but they weren't biting the plastic like this. Not even close. Once I put this on, it was just a totally
That's
different
insane.
ballgame.
That's like 5?
6, I think.
Wow.
This is definitely one of the better crankbait pitching bites I've ever been on for numbers. And it's usually a good go-to method in the spring out here for getting the bigger fish. But again, you got to be on the bigger fish. We might just be on a pot of smaller fish. Find another spot at some time to use the crankbaits for bigger fish. You're not going to get a harder bite from a walleye than when you're casting crankbaits. Nothing will compare. Maybe I've heard people get on like spinnerbait bites. That's pretty insane, but that's a tougher deal to find with walleyes, I think. Jigging a plastic, that tick bite's fun, but on a crankbait, it's just like annihilation. There, we got another one finally. Took 4 or 5 more casts. Boat flipper still.
A little bitter.
A little longer. They're still really nice eating caliber fish, but I'd love to catch a 5 or 6 pounder. That would be really good stuff. This is different. It's either another pike again or a much better walleye. Slow down, boat. Oh, there's just a pod of fish here now too. Oh, this feels good. Oh goodness. I don't think this is a pike. I really don't. I think this is another pike. He's not doing a thing down there. It's a big walleye. See it?
Oh my gosh.
See it? Nope, not yet.
You want to handle it?
Here you go. Get that out of the water.
You got it.
Oh. Oh, there we go. That's a Devil's Lake walleye. It's a 24-inch stud right there. Look at the head on that thing. One more good look at that gorgeous Devil's Lake walleye. What a beautiful fish.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was cruising around the shore looking for fish. We're still doing the same thing, but we kind of got off that pod, and I was just randomly casting up shallow as I was looking and graphing. I just happened to run into a freight train there, so that might be the big fish bite approach, is to just cover water shallow and keep pitching instead of driving around graphing for big schools of fish. Maybe the big ones are just kind of roaming, isolated. It's only one data point. We'll see. This is not a small fish. You might need to reel up your line too. He's running right at it. Big walleye. Big walleye. Stay on. Probably 21 maybe. There you go. Sweet. Nice. Nice fish. The old crankbait's getting the nice fish. Just another gorgeous devil's lake fish on a crankbait. I love it. I love it. Hopefully you enjoyed this 3-day, 2-video trip to Devil's Lake. If you did, please click the button to say so, subscribe to the channel, think about Patreon, all the usual stuff. And we'll see you next time, Fisher people.
And we didn't color coordinate on purpose.
No, that just happened. But it sure looks like a team thing, doesn't it? Later.